I want to talk about learning how to become a a questioner of yourself, a questioner of your own beliefs. I believe that if you question your own beliefs, your own ideas, this doesn't only make you smarter, but it also expands your mind. It also lets you see the greater part of the universe. It's because it is easy to fool yourself with such an information that you've acquired from a video, from YouTube, or a TikTok post, you know, that people will tell you certain things that if you do this, you do that, you do that, you log in for 9 months. You know, if you wake up at 5 morning and do that and do that and do that, it's easy to be led astray. But I would say though, and also I would also count myself that if you are a follower of mine, don't only agree with what I'm saying, but also learn to break down what I'm saying and question if is it working to your expectations. You know, be able to apply certain things that you've been told in your life to see if they are working or not. If they're not working, that's just simply not working. There's nothing you can do. Find something else to do, or go do research for your own self. But what the main point I want to talk about here is this: you want to learn how to question your own authority. You want to learn how to question your belief, to see to what limit are you going to stop yourself. You know, you want to do this is because you want to train your mind to always expand to new information. Don't always get comfortable with the knowledge that you have. You know, you want to be uncomfortable in a situation where you seek knowledge. Be a curious man. You know, die a curious man. You know, if you become that kind of a person, you are not only become a stray dog to the community, but you become a king to yourself. You understand? You always want to become that person who is able to dictate their own mind. You want to become that person who is able to not regret their own ideas, not regret their own decisions. It's because if you always question your beliefs and your ideas, they will get you far. They will always get you far. You know, for little things like procrastinating, if you question yourself, why am I procrastinating? Oh, I'm procrastinating is because I feel like everyone will make fun of me. But why does it matter they make fun of you? It's because I want to fit in. Why does it matter you want to fit in? It's because I don't want to be lonely. Why don't you want to be lonely? Because I'll be depressed. Why don't you want to be depressed? I really don't know. So you get to that point where when you strip down those every single questions, you start to understand yourself that, bro, you know, I'm living in a system whereby I'm influenced to think a certain way and believe that those certain ideas are really true when they're just really not. You know, for example, I believe that depression is for recession, and I would repeat this: depression is for recession. Depression is for recession simply means that when you're going through depression, it's a state whereby your mind is depressing all the information, meaning it's squeezing, depressing, you know, squeezing all the information out of you. It means you are letting your mind loose to let go of all old ideas for the new recession, meaning you are researching your mind to gather new information. So people will tell you that, nah, depression is the wrong thing. You don't want to go through depression because people kill themselves. And people end up killing themselves. Why? It's because they believe that depression is the wrong thing. No, depression is not a wrong thing. Depression is natural. It's there for a reason. Same as everything. Everything is there for a reason, people. Nothing is by mistake. Only if we start to understand them, you will better know that everything is just there as it is. You understand what I'm saying? So for everyone who might feel depressed at a time, remember to take your time. Learn to analyze your thoughts. Learn to strip down what it is that is making you depress your own thoughts, that is making you reject yourself, that is making you reject your old self. If you understand why you're rejecting your old self, you would learn to become your new self. But if you reject trying to know why your old self is rejecting the new self, you can never get the answer to where you're going. You understand? So best is to understand certain things than to fall into traps that you don't know. I mean, in every situation, it might be a conflict situation in a family, it might be a conflict situation with your colleagues, whoever it may be. Learn to understand every situation. You need to understand every situation because every situation is there to teach you something. It is there to develop you. It is there to improve you. You understand? You don't only become smart. In fact, it's not about being smart, but it's about being above reality. It's about being outside of reality. Beyond reality. It's all metaphysical. It's because if you're stuck in this third dimensional perspective, you get lost easily. People think I do these videos because I wanna teach them how to do certain things. I'm not here to teach you, I'm here to remind you. It's because all of these things you already know them, it's just you forgot about them. I do these videos is because I also am reminding myself as I'm speaking, these ideas are coming back to me. You understand? So I can always stay on course with myself. No one can really advise you. You can only advise yourself. People will be asking for advices. Hey, I'm in a certain situation, what should I do? I said simple things that you do when you're in a tough situation. You sit still and think. Expand, think outside the box. What does that saying mean? It means something. Thinking outside of the box, think outside of the third dimensional realm. The third dimensional realm is nothing but four walls. It's a prison that keeps you stuck, running around in the four walls. But if you sit still and realize that it's not only a prison, but it's a full yard of prison blocks, then you have outsmarted the third dimensional realm. So that's what thinking outside of the box actually means. It means being beyond the physical matter and the physical reality. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I keep telling people that I cannot really advise you. It's only you can advise yourself. You put yourself in that situation and you have to get yourself out. If you don't, it means you are not willing to go out of that situation. It means you choose to think inside of the box and not outside of the box. You choose to be trapped by all that is here. You understand what I'm saying? So learn to be above everything, man. And yeah, that's all.